Welcome to this short video. Today we will be taking a look at one of 3 alternative enterprises in this series. Our topic will be alpacas. Today we are at the Ulbster Alpaca Trekking, which is situated 20 miles south of Jonagroats in the far north of Scotland. Ulbster Alpaca Trekking is a small croft of 10 acres run by Simon and Dena Miller. Hello Simon, could you tell us the background to your unit and how you came to have alpacas?
It's a small holding, it's croft, 10 acres. We originally started with half a dozen ducks and 7 Teeswater sheep. Teeswater sheep are a rare breed, they're for fleece only. That was what our original plan was. Then we started losing ducks to Mr. Fox. So, okay, let's get some alpacas. They're supposed to guard them, and they really did. So, yeah, now here we are, 22 alpacas later.
Why alternative livestock and not the traditional sheep and cattle?
The thought of working with a huge amount of animals to make profit is a non-starter. We don't have a ground. We have another 50 acres rented. It's just not something that we want to do. My wife would not let me put anything away for meat. So yeah, fibre production is all we were ever going to do. The thought of cattle, yeah, I can't control them. I've never worked with them. Sheep nice and easy, and alpacas, yeah, they're even easier. So we'll just stay with what we have.
Are alpacas easy to look after?
Well, they're fairly easy, but monthly is vitamins. Being a camelid, we kind of give them the vitamins that they really require in real life. So we have to give them artificial paste, and that's every month. The toenails continually grow, so again, when we have them, every month we need to check and trim these. Yearly shearing and vaccinations, yeah, it's just routine maintenance, nothing more than sheep. Well, similar to sheep, but more frequent.
Are there any other requirements the alpacas have?
Yeah, just, like I say, there's a monthly maintenance. Like I say, they do have special diet requirements. We do have to monitor exactly how much they feed, what quantities, or what stuff, but yeah, mostly they want a huge amount of forage. Not grass, coarse forage, hay, they love thistles, dried dockings, all the rubbish that no one else wants to eat, so yeah, they're good like that. The only thing we really need to worry about with our climate is winter time when it's really wet and really windy. We will bring them in. They don't have lanolin in their fleece. It's a clean fibre, so they can't repel the water very much. It takes a long time to soak them, but by the time they are soaked it's too late, so if the weather's really bad, then they all have to come inside. We need to have space for them. We have shelters. They won't use a shelter. We need to physically take them inside, and it's no problem. They do come. Especially some of the older boys, they're always first. Having a big age range also helps, because the younger ones are constantly learning from the older ones. So we have the pecking order, so it makes our life so much easier. We know what they're going to do and when they're going to do it.
What is the gestation period of an alpaca?
The gestation period is 333 days. It's 11 months, but then just for fun, they can just run over as they please. They can pause the gestation, and it's not uncommon for alpacas to be over 1 year pregnant.
How did keeping alpacas as guard animals lead you to start the alpaca trekking?
Well, when we first started off, there were only 4. And there were so many people stopped to take pictures because they were unusual. And then we had friends and family, and then my wife bought some more. And yeah, then again, more and more people would ask about it, so we started looking online and doing some research, and yeah, there was a bit of a market for it. There was no one else in the north of Scotland doing it, so we thought, well, why not? Let's give it a try. We've done it for 3 years now. It's our 3rd year, inviting people in to trek, visit, meet them, and yeah, it's far surpassed of what we imagined it would be like. We're never going to go crazy with it, but it's enough what we do.
What other income do the alpacas generate?
Fibre. Their fleece is highly sought after, and again, there's so many different grades. If we manage to produce the right grade, the right colour, then I think we'll be on to something good.
Do you shear the alpacas?
The shearing is a specialised job. I wouldn't feel confident. It's not unlike a sheep, but they do need to be restrained. So they're laid down, the legs are tied forwards, backwards, and somebody holds the head. This is to save them an injury and to save you an injury when you're shearing.
How do you sell the fibre?
Currently it's sold privately. Crafters, people who want to make things. My wife has done some small stuff with it. She's made some bracelets and bits and pieces, which we try to sell in the gift shop. But yeah, we don't have a huge contract with anybody. We have sold bulk before to a local wool producer who's going to blend it in with other fibres. So there is hopefully markets, but there's no big processing places anywhere near, and everybody that does process it has a huge backlog.
Any tips before getting alpacas?
Think hard the reason you want them. There's no point just going and buying boys, because they won't do what you want. If you're going to have them as pets, boys are fantastic. If you want them as guards, definitely girls. The other side of having girls is they also want to be pregnant, and if they're not pregnant, they become nearly unhandleable. So having them pregnant actually settles them, and it keeps the drive to protect really high. This is why we're in this situation now where we are. We have so many. It's a thing that we didn't know, and if we had known that, we would have just had boys, and that would have been all. But unfortunately now we have the girls. They do exactly what we want them to do, but we need to have stud males to keep them happy.
What are your plans for the future?
Plans for the future, we're not really going to change. What we're doing now, we're just going to keep our numbers small, but we will try and create a nicer fleece. Like I say, we've diversified a bit. We have a new boy, a new Malky. He's a stud. He's a very good quality fleece. Crossed with some of our ladies now. We're really hoping to produce something special. The colour, we're not too fussed around as long as we have a nice quality. The animal's health is first, and like I say, fleece will be second, but that's what we're aiming for.
When Simon and Dena Miller introduced alpacas to their unit, little did they know it would lead them to this viable alternative enterprise.